Hi, I'm Ashton, and today I'm updating you on my stone, crystal, rock, gem, whatever you want to call them, collection. I'm not including any of the stones that I talked about in my last video, but I will link that video in the description, and maybe in like the sidebar thing up here, I still don't know which side it's on, if I remember to do so, although I probably won't. But I have 11 stones that I've gotten since that last video, which I think is more than I had in that video. I have received slash bought slash, I don't know, I've gotten 11 stones since that video, so I will be talking about all of those, and not any of the ones that I covered in the last video. I'm going to start off with one that I'm not entirely sure about. I don't remember what this was marketed as, but it is a mainly clear, slightly white, cut and somewhat polished stone. It has tiny rainbow reflections all over inside of it, and it looks like it's kind of been like covered in a blue crayon type thing. It's really, really pretty, and from the research I've done, it seems like it could be gypsum, raw gypsum, but that's the only thing I can think of. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it is very pretty. I don't know if you can see all of the rainbow reflections, but there's a lot of them in there. Okay, the rest of the stones I have, I know definitively what they are and their properties and such, so let's get on to the more interesting part. This is a clear quartz point, and actually my first clear quartz point. I want like a bunch of tiny little ones to make crystal grids and stuff with, but this is a really nice one, and I actually carry it around with me a lot when I just need something to hold on to. It fits really nicely in my hand. I think it's a really pretty shape too. It has the main point and then this little extra bit and then the more raw part across the back. I really love this one. Clear quartz is used for like energy and thought amplification, and it's, I think, probably most known as like a mimicking crystal, so you can kind of use it to mimic the properties of any other crystal. It's like if Ditto the Pokemon was a stone, that would be this one. It's also known as a healing stone. My next one is a dyed slice of agate. I think this one's really pretty as well. I've, again, never had agate before that I know of. The back is less interesting, not as polished, but the front is really nice, and it is dyed blue. Agate, or agate, I've also heard it pronounced, is known as kind of a spiritual protector and a stone that brings good luck and good fortune. It's a bit too big for me to feel comfortable carrying it around, but I do have it in my collection, and it's pretty, and I love it. Next is blue howlite. I got this in a kit that I'm doing a video about on Friday. It's an extra video that is like kind of niche, so that's why it's going up on a Friday. There will still be a Thursday video. But howlite is naturally gray or white, but it's very like porous and can be dyed easily, so you see blue howlite a lot, and I think it's really lovely. It's known to reduce anxiety and stress, and of course the color blue is also used with like connection to chakras and stuff, but I'm not really focused on like chakras and stuff like that at the moment. I did get this just this last week, so I haven't carried it around with me at all to connect with it, but I feel like I might at some point soon because I do really like this stone. Everything so far has been like white and blue. The next one is opalite. Opalite is a man-made glass material, but it's still absolutely gorgeous, and I still love it. This one is like yellow, red, blue tinted. Yeah, it's very pretty. I also got it with the howlite. You'll see that on Friday if you want. But it's known as kind of like a communication stone and one that can remove like energy blockages. Again, I haven't carried this one around with me, but I do really love it, and it's like the perfect pocket size for me, so I might do that. Next is my second piece of selenite. This one's slightly bigger. I had one in the last video that's like this size maybe. Selenite is really hard to get across in video how gorgeous it is. You have to see it in real life, but it's really beautiful, and it catches the light so lovely. So lovely. So this is currently like the only stone that I really have two of, and I love it. Selenite is, I think, probably becoming one of my favorites. I talked about its properties in the last video, but it's known for protection and cleansing. The cleansing one is interesting because you can actually put other crystals on top of it, and use it to cleanse other crystals. I'll put a picture of a few of my smaller stones on top of this in there to kind of show what I'm talking about. Not only does it look really pretty, but it does function as kind of like a cleansing material. Next is a raw chunk of rose quartz. I love this one, and again, it's a bit too big for me to really comfortably carry around with me. but I do take it when I travel because it is a stone that represents comfort, and it's just nice to hold and touch and have. It also, of course, represents unconditional love. That's probably what you think of when you see rose quartz. It also represents femininity and nourishment. I can't believe I said femininity correctly on my first try. That never happens. I'm a god. Next, I have this blue kyanite. I got this as a surprise little extra thing when I ordered my selenite and the raw rose quartz from an Etsy seller. I also got like a bar of literally floral scented soap that has an aura rose quartz inside of it, which is exciting, but I have to finish the soap first. And this came as just like an extra little thing, as a lot of Etsy sellers will do, and it made my day. Blue kyanite, like selenite, is another stone that doesn't need to be cleansed, really. Of course, there's nothing wrong with putting it in the moon or anything, but it doesn't have to be. People use it when they're trying to find a way in life, almost, and it's also known as like a bringer of dreams, which is interesting because I've put it next to my bedside table actually for the past month or so, and I've been having some extremely vivid dreams. However, they have all been like negative or ridiculous dreams. So I don't know if that's related or I don't know, but I've been having some weird dreams. Next is this tiny amethyst point with a few little dark inclusions. It's very small, so I might take a video of it separately and insert it here if it doesn't focus properly. Okay. But it's tiny and I love it very much. I think it would be really great for a crystal grid, but it's also a nice size for carrying around. Amethyst is actually my birthstone, but I never had any until I got this because I hated the color purple. I think it was a gender dysphoria thing. I used to like completely reject anything feminine, and amethyst being purple in my eyes was so terribly feminine. But I do love it now, and I do want to get more amethyst in the future. I want a third point for my necklace. I currently have fluorite and lapis, and I'm thinking of either amethyst or malachite, I don't know how to pronounce that one. Next is this little tumbled piece of ametrine. Somebody actually sent me this off of my wish list, but because it wasn't like sold from Amazon, it was a third party, it didn't come with a note. And I don't know who sent it, but it's gorgeous, and I've actually been carrying this around for the past, like, 3 weeks or so. So ametrine is actually naturally occurring, and it's a mixture of two varieties of quartz, which are amethyst and citrine. This one you can see mainly amethyst in, but I don't know how well you can see it, but there are for sure a couple little stripes of a more pale yellowy quartz. It's really beautiful. It's super smooth. There are tiny points where rainbows will shine off. I love this one. I've been carrying it around all the time, honestly. And ametrine is kind of seen as combining the properties of amethyst and citrine. Did I say what amethyst's properties are? No, I didn't. That was the last one. It's fine. Amethyst is known as, like, protection and purification, and citrine is known as, like, a stone of happiness. So this is, like, kind of both of those things. And I don't know, it just feels so positive, and the fact that, like, somebody sent it to me makes it even better. Please, if you're watching this, tell me who you are. I want to thank you. I love this stone so much. And last but not least, I have a little tumbled carnelian. This guy is super pretty. Carnelian is like a red, orange, brown stone. You can see the striations in it, and on the other side you can kind of see a few different patterns and inclusions. I think it's really nice. Carnelian is known for motivation, endurance, and courage. So, like, this is a strength stone. It is something that's really nice to hold and very smooth, and I do love it a lot. I think that's the main point of this video. I like rocks a lot anyways. I hope that calmed your desires for an update on my stone collection. The last video was quite a while ago, so these I've kind of accumulated over a few months. Maybe in like another few months I'll do another one if I do end up with more stones, which I probably will. I have a problem. I also really want to start getting stone plugs. You know, I love stones and I love my stretched ears, so like combining them, I want howlite ones and opalite ones super bad. And I also love tiger's eye. I have a palm stone of it that I showed you in my last video. I'll look for those. Anyways, that's all. I hope that you enjoyed this. Maybe learned something about a stone. Maybe learned about a new stone that you want to find. And and I will talk to you later, maybe.